conversations a little bit more. And luckily, they took it well. No one took it super personally.
I gotta say, all these little bits look really fascinating, and your style for the book itself, the covers. Are you going for something? Because I feel like it's almost like that '50s style, sci-fi, horror type
EC,
of.
you think of the EC comics?
Exactly, EC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of style, and they kind of ended up being that way. When I was talking to the artists, I didn't specifically say go for that kind of style, but I think maybe the way I described sort of what I was looking for kind of maybe led them that way a little bit. But I like that sort of style, and that's kind of what I had in my head, I guess. And the logos too, the covers are amazing. The first one was by Don Monet. This one is by Mike Sears. And the third one is by Alex Gunther. And the header is by Tim Daniel at Second Rocket Comics.
Nice.
And I love all of them.
I love the colors on that one. I'm such a sucker for like that sort of like purple, black, neon sort of feel.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, this gives it a completely futuristic feel right here.
It's like futuristic yet retro at the same time.
Yeah,
I love it.
Which is why I was saying
like
that.
Jetsons-y.
Yeah. It has that '50s feel, '50s futuristic feel.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Lost in Space. It's cool. It's very cool.
Those I'm excited about. Those vinyl, those are the decals are designed by Raymond Griffith. And I'm very excited about those.
Those are cool.
Oh, they're adorable.
I think they're so cute.
Oh, so you're putting a bunch of little things together, I see.
Yeah. Some different kinds of things.
It's always had fun to have some different types of things.
It is. This I'm excited about. This is one of the stretch awards, stretch goals. It's the digital poster by Alan Forbes, and he does kind of 3D art.
Nice.
He has a really cool 3D style. He did one for the last issue of No Spell. So he's doing one for this featuring the main characters of my story. And that's a little snippet of it.
It looks almost realistic.
Yeah.
Of course, there you go.
Oh, who's that?
Short and sweet. Okay, that makes sense. You got a lot of stuff to show off in here. I gotta say, I like the idea you have here. I like what you're going with.
Thanks.
And it's always great to do these type of projects because it actually helps creators out because, like I said, sometimes you can't do a whole book by yourself.
Yeah, that's what I always like about anthologies and just anthologies that I've been into. That's what I like about them.
I'm actually a part of the anthology for We Suck at Comics. And I'm looking
amazing.
forward to it. I couldn't afford an artist, so I did more of a prose thing, and Shadow Rabbit actually did a nice little piece for me, so it's a double whammy.
Nice.
Is that out yet, or is it not out yet?
It is coming soon, folks.
Oh
The
goodness!
guys from Wayward Raven will be on the show soon to discuss We Suck at Comics.
I love that name. Because I feel like no matter how far you get in the game, you kind of still think like, man, I suck at comics.
Dude, I've written enough scripts. None of them have been made, but I've written enough scripts, and I still think I suck completely at what I'm doing.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. You will always be your own worst critic.
Oh yeah, John, you've been doing like this for a while, right?
I've been sucking for a while. Boy, thanks.
Wow, tell us how you really feel, Ralph.
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel about sucking at comics? Well,
What a
it's kind of
question.
depressing, really.
Did you ever expect you'd get asked that question?
No. Just kidding. So yeah, I'm the creator of the Alpha Dog series, Dime Store Detective, which is currently on Kickstarter. We are 90% funded, so we're just almost there. We got, I think, 6 days left. So we are getting very close. and I also am the creator
You
of
are
Space.
really close.
Yeah. So almost there. So hopefully somebody will watch it and put me over. But and then so Space Cruise and Alpha Dogs and Dempster Detective are my titles. Recently signed with a publisher, actually, so that's really cool. Source Point Press.
We love
great.
First Point Press here. It was
Yeah.
great to see the news when it popped up on my feed, and I saw it from them first before I saw it from you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
August.
Well, it's been going on for quite a while, and it was
Mhm.
supposed to be hush hush till they gave the green light and did the announcement. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and we'll see what happens. So it's right now. Alpha Dogs, the graphic novel, is under for pre-order. It's Simon and Schuster. So if you want to go to Simon Schuster, you can pre-order it. January 14th is when it drops in stores.
Nice.
And or you can get on my Kickstarter and help me get over the edge
There
because
you go.
I love all my comics. There's a tier with all my comics. So if anybody's interested in what I do, there's a tier with that, and there's other tiers. There's a really cool trailer. I don't know if you want to play it or not. I don't know if you guys have.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll play it right now.
We love
Um,
a trailer here.
yeah, there's a really cool trailer. It's a really fun, thrilling comic series.
Cool.
If that doesn't get you pumped to read the comic, I'm out of ideas.
I gotta say, we know a lot about this book, especially from talking to you and from reading certain things. Uh, I love the fact that there's a detective surgence in comics because comics used to be about detectives and then it went into the superhero. But it's funny because there's always this fine line between detective and superhero. So
Yeah. This one is it goes back and forth 40 years. So whenever the comic's in color, detective, our main character, Detective Donald Mackinder, is on this hunt for a serial killer. Then whenever we go to black and white is when we flash back to when the detective is 8 years old, raised by moonshiners that get involved with this turf war. The Dixie Mafia, this gang, tries to push the family out of business. They're 4 generations of moonshiners, proud people, and they're not going to go quietly away. So they end up going to war with them. And at the center of the story is this evil entity that the detective's father and uncle inadvertently released that was trapped in this cave in the Appalachian Mountains. That's where this story takes place. And it kind of raises all hell, and it may or may not have returned in the present. And there's this connection between the detective and the present after the serial killer with this malevolent entity leaving kind of signs here. So it's got a lot of mystery to it. It's a supernatural story, hard-boiled fiction noir. So it kind of covers a lot of bases. It's a lot of fun, and people have been enjoying it.
Yeah, I love the mixture of things. I got my own detective supernatural guy from the little things we do when we do the Let's Write a Story together. So I just love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a supernatural element to be thrown in because I'm just like, all right, detective story, it's gonna be like a
yeah,
murder or something, and then I see all of these like cultists and stuff, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's even got an occult in it with it, kind of an Epstein Island kind of vibe in the story at a certain point. But yeah, it's a very original story. You're not going to find anything similar on the shelves, I don't believe. There's not a lot of people that do, that crime mystery noir mixed with a supernatural element. So I believe it's a really original story. It's got moonshiners. It's kind of like a very dark episode of Dukes of Hazzard because you've got these two guys. They're outrunning the cops in their muscle car back in '81 in the Dry County. And then as I said, they inadvertently released this evil entity that's been trapped by the Cherokee for hundreds of years. And it all kind of raises hell, not to give too much away. And then in the present, Mackinder sees that this evil entity has somehow returned, and he's got to figure out how, the where, and the why. So it's got a lot of mystery to it, and I think people really like that in a story. I think it's always wanting to turn the page to find out what happens next.
I always love a story that's like you think it's going to be one genre, but then it does have elements of other genres in there. Like I love me a good mashup where something
Yeah,
kind of breaks the mold, and like you said, like it's something that you wouldn't see on a shelf normally because it's like detective story is detective story, but like this is like this detective story with like a cult monster.
yeah, I've never been I mean, not never been a fan, but I don't really watch romance movies or downer movies where it's just this one theme that goes throughout, and like a romance is fine for some people, but that same thread. I like when you're getting something and you're about ready to go over this precipice with, say, an adventure story, and then you get comedy, and it kind of takes that away, and it kind of always keeps you on your toes, and that's how I like to write my stories. Is you're always on your toes. You don't get lulled into this certain element of the repetition of like a love story or a certain other story.
Right. It's not like, all right, well, I have to hit this and this and these notes here to like make it like a traditional story or whatever. Like, also, I have a question. Do you have the annoying ability to predict whatever's going to happen in like most media that you're watching?
Yeah, and I think that's a really important when you write a story that's like a mystery or a whodunit. You got to lead them, but as soon as they kind of figure something out, you've kind of lost them. The audience so. I think it's really important to throw out those red herrings a lot, and always, like I said, always kind of keep on choice, because once they start kind of figuring something out, then and plus I hate the stories where it's a whodunit and it comes out of left field.
I was gonna say it's like, oh, this guy off screen was the killer the whole time, and you're like, this is a huge slap in the face to my
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
what does he have to do with the story?
exactly. It's kind of a cheat. So, Knives Out, what's it, Ryan Johnson, I believe.
Yeah.
Those are just really well done stories, I feel.
Well, those are classic detective stories where the people in the mansion and that's that stuff that we grew up on, and that's that stuff from the 40s and 50s. That's that classic, really good stuff, just modernized and brought into our time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Dumpster Detective is kind of harkens back to the old 1940s, like Maltese Falcon and LA Confidential, True Detective, but it's got that superhero spin that I think supernatural spin that people will really enjoy.
Completely agree. And these covers help you sell.
Yeah, the covers are awesome.
Oh yeah, let's do those covers. We didn't see
Oh,
them.
that's right. We didn't see the whole
Yeah.
thing. We
No,
stopped.
I keep walking.
I was like heading in that direction. He goes, "Let's watch the videotape." Sure. Here we go, dude. Look at this beautiful cover.
Yeah, it's Fernando Malik, who is the interior artist for Alpha Dogs. He did that cover. He did an amazing job. I wanted something kind of spooky with the woods, and that harkens back to the first issue.
Yeah.
that's how he becomes involved in the case in the first place. He goes to the woods. This woman is left in this Christ-like display in the woods, but she's left over the burial grounds. The detective's father and uncle buried multiple bodies 40 years ago. So automatically, this killer's made the connection to him and of the murders that happened 40 years ago involving his dad and his uncle. So already when you first open up, there's a big splash there.
Dude, this is amazing. It looks really good.
Yeah,
You get the vibe that there's a
double
cult involved too, without even seeing the cult. Because when you see the body hung up like that, you're just like, some weird cult shit's happening.
yeah. Well, wait till you see the cover of issue 3. Then it really throws the cult in there.
I love this one. Look at this.
Yeah, I wanted the Mall, the Femme Fatale cover,
Yep.
and they did a great job with her on that. She's laying back on the 73 Barracuda. So the Barracuda, I wanted the car to be kind of a character in the story itself, kind of like the supernatural car, Knight Rider. And my dad, he fixed up 73 Barracudas. He was a big muscle car fan. So the car is what the Moonshiners drive, because as we know, that's how NASCAR started. Moonshiners outrunning the cops. So Dad had that muscle car, so it's 73 CUDA, and then it gets the father gives it to the son, so the son drives it in the present time as well. So there's a connection, because one of the themes is the father and son, with the son, never giving up on his father's innocence, and good guy, even though he's been vilified by the town.
No, it's a beautiful cover.
She's giving me like Jessica Rabbit vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Someone else said that too. Yeah, that's very true.
Like, I'm not mad about it.
No. This is just beautiful. And the car, the car is a character in this one, and it's a character in this one. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, and the cool thing that the styles of each cover are so different that it's
definitely
really cool.
Because this one here,
it
goes back to what we were just talking about. This goes back to the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
like
to the
peak
pulp.
40s.
Exactly. It's great.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Hayes did that cover. He's amazing at plasma graphics. I saw his cover of one of his books at a Comic-Con in Toledo this year, and I said, "Oh my God, I have to." He would be perfect for a Dime Store Detective cover. So yeah, we got the 1940s look to the detective with the trench coat, and the 1950s, that B horror movie poster in the back. So it's really awesome. They just do a great job.
Yeah, it looks like those sort of like kind of like Norman Rockwell type paintings. Like the lighting and like the folds on the fabric and everything. Like,
yeah. I mean, he's even got the folds on the movie poster. I mean, that's just the attention to detail is really unmatched by these guys.
I gotta say, it really looks like I can pick this up in the 50s as one of those pulp books.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like. It looks like one of those covers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going for. The Dime Store Detective, that old 1930s, 40s old pulp, dime store. Which a lot of probably now.
Yeah. It's sad that it used to be a dime.
Yeah.
If only comics were still a dime.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, I remember when they were 75 cents. I do remember that. I was very, very young though.
I remember 75 cents. I remember before that, but I'm gonna keep quiet.
75 is my cutoff. And there's issue 1 for $10, and then you can get issue 4 for $12, which I think for 24 pages is really fair, considering because the price of paper has skyrocketed. You're seeing a lot of $15 books.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's like it almost doubled. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I went when I print up Space Cruise, and it went up 80 cents in a span of 2 weeks. So I was like, oh my God, per comic, so that's the cover I was telling you about. You can really, it's just a little small now, but that has the cult members. So the cult members dress up like what they believe the evil entity looks like. So it's a cult. They all dress the same. It's got the cloak with that mask on there, because that's what they believe they call to the evil entity. And then in the background of that cover, which is just it's this cover here next to me, it's got the hieroglyphic cave on there as well with the brother. So it's really awesome. It's my son's favorite cover. So
it's a very cool cover.
Yeah, this is another one of those covers that actually looks like it should be on the pulp version of the book.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wow. I love the fact that you have it easy for people to just jump in and get whatever they want to get.
Yeah, and all credit goes to Lucas Sharita. He's my letterer. He does the graphics, does the page. I'm not computer savvy enough to do that. So, and then there's a special edition on, so you can get the comics for the price. If you pay $2 more, then I sign the cover of the book and your name's on the thank you page, which is kind of cool for some.
Nice.
I enjoy it when your name's on the back of the comic and then thank you page, and I sign it for just $2 more. And then here you can get the digital version of all 4 issues for only $19. 2 of the issues are 28 pages, so you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck.
So, how long is this series? Are you at the end here?
8 issues.
8
Yep.
issues. Okay.
Yeah, they're all written out.
Story.
Yes, this is the middle, and there's a really great cliffhanger at the end. I think people really enjoy. This is the special edition for $39. Then you get all 3 issues. Then I sign them, and your name's on the thank you page. Plus, you get the digital version as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, like I said, I really like the fact that you're really laying it out here, going, "Hey, look what you can do."
Yeah, and I think people really, like I said, it's just me, so I don't have a big readership. It's just me promoting so far. Which now that I've got a publisher, hopefully that will kind of be a Wi-Fi signal to my work, and it'll be exposed by more people. So this tier has got the graphic novel to Alpha Dogs, which is all the issues that have been produced thus far. It's at Space Cruise issue 1, and then all 4 issues of Dime Store. So on this tier, it's pretty much everything I've done.
I love the everything ones, because sometimes once you like somebody, you're like, "How do I get the rest of the stuff?"
Yeah, I'm still trying to track down some of Ed Brubaker's work. I'm a big fan of his. So. And then this one is every cover of the comic, and this will be the last time I get to offer this tier because I'm almost out of the 2 variant covers for issue 2, and I'm really low on the regular cover for issue 1. So this is probably the last time I get to offer every cover for Dime Store Detective, and they all look, as you can see, pretty cool.
You heard, folks. This is the last time, so you better get it. And here's with the original art, of course.
Yeah, issue 1 was hand drawn, and then half of issue 2 was, and everything else has been digital. So there's only very few of the original artwork that's going to be available.
Again, a limited type of thing, folks. You collectors out there should be jumping on top of this.
Yeah, and if Alpha Dogs is a success with my publisher, then they're going to publish the graphic novel of Dime Store Detective. So if it's successful, then hopefully Dime Store Detective will get popular enough that if you're a collector, maybe the original page will be worth something. Who knows?
That is true. That's how you get it.
We can
folks.
It's cool to get original art.
You guys aren't on eBay selling all this stuff already, because I see some of my friends' stuff on eBay for like way more money than they sold it for.
I see somebody I know. I was like, wow, that was pretty cool that they had some of their work selling really high.
If only they got a cut of that.
I know.
I wish.
Preview pages. This is the gang tries to. It's in black and white because again we're back in 1981. This gang tries to run the detective's father off the road, and he doesn't care for it too much, and so they end up. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but there's been a murder up ahead, and then here we go back. He's thinking of his father, and then we go to back.
I love that transition.
Present time.
That's a nice transition right there.
Thanks. Yeah, we got the heads in that position. It's it's really, I think, a good idea when you do cuts to have. You'll notice with movies, someone will be picking up a cup, and then the next one they'll be drinking it. So you want to transition for the reader. It's just a good way to transition, I think. And here he's got his a box with his dad's stuff. He's got his dad's cross necklace, because one of the themes is this connection between a father and a son, and the son not giving up, kind of carrying the family torch for most of his life. It's been kind of a burden to the detective.
Great writing job. I tell you, I love how you craft all this stuff together. It's good to see, some good writing.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's because this industry is always geared towards the artists. So what we do sometimes kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. The artists are the sexy guys. The writers are the nerds.
Yeah, it's just like a band.
Yeah, exactly. We're the drummer.
Aw.
The lead singer or the drummer.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, guys, because I know I'm interested. All of you, how do you decide which project to go with? Because I know myself, I have so many projects that I can actually go with at any point. How do you decide which one goes? Because with me, it's always the whoever's leading, which means like if I'm working on this right now, then this is where it's going. Whichever one of you guys.
I was going to let somebody else talk. I already took enough time up.
Justin, you go first.
Well, basically for me, it's just whatever I'm actually able to do. This Edge of Darkness just hit. Like I opened up Scrivener and started writing it, and I finished it. So I'm like, let's make this. And then SWAT was my other project. That's 36 issues. So I finished that, and then we were producing that. So I basically I just have to have the inspiration to move forward with the project, and that's when I start worrying about hiring an artist. But I have like God knows how many one issue perfectly fine ideas that I should probably develop and will one day, but they're just kind of sitting there because it's not quite ripe yet. So
I guess we lost him. All right, Sarah, what about you?
I think it's kind of a combination of like what I'm most interested in doing, but also just kind of like logistically which one has to be done next or which one makes the most sense to be done next. I have a couple of shorts that I'm doing for some Mad Cave projects. And those have actual deadlines that I have to have scripts written by. So those obviously like that's going to take precedence over anything else. And then after that, then it's really no spell because we're halfway through and we've got the momentum with that. So kind of after the deadline, the stuff that has deadlines, and then after no spell, then it's kind of, well, what do I have bandwidth for and what can I kind of actually make happen?
John?
Yeah, I've got Dempster Detective, and then I was planning on doing Alpha Dogs issue 5 in 2024, but because of the publisher, I'm going to be pretty much 24/7 talking to comic book stores, bookstores, and getting Alpha Dogs into stores. So, it's cool that you own the IP because you're the creator, but at the same time, nobody's. Well, I mean, Source Point is publicized in, but for most of the 90% of it is you, the creator, having to get the word out there. So it's that's what my life is going to be like up until February when I launch. It looks like February is when I'm going to launch Alpha Dogs 5, and then hopefully get it in Space Cruising issue 2, 2025 is my goal. So.
Well, the good thing, John, is that you're going to be dealing with the graphic novel, which means that 5 will come right after that, which is a great way to do it because you already got the buzz on the graphic novel, and now, boom, here's 5. So the audience is going to be like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean that's the hope, and like I said, I hated pushing it into mid-October because once November, late October starts, everybody's kind of tightening their purses, I think, for the holidays. So. It depends. If you're a really big Kickstarter person that gets 500 backers, they don't care when they launch. But a little person like me,
it matters.
Yeah.
I think it's silly though, because I think one of the greatest things to give somebody is something from a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I guess people want to give something physical, so that's where they get kind of like funny on it. But I think if you know somebody likes something like that you see on Kickstarter, it's such a great gift to give.
There's a lot at risk though, I can see, because it's like, all right, well, Christmas is coming up. This Kickstarter is ending in late November. Their delivery time is actually going to be in like March of 2025. So you're like, all right, well, I can't really get this as a gift.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I asked Tyler, the awesome guy that does. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I'm Tyler.
Comics Launch.
Sarah James.
Yeah, thank you. I knew Sarah knew because I listened to her on the show that long ago, and he said, really, he's had successful ones throughout the year. It's how you plan it and stuff. So don't take my word for it. It's just that's how I feel. That I would want to have anything ending in November personally.
So Matt, let me ask you, because you're right there with the rest of these creators.
Oh man, I thought I was off the hook.
Dude, how do you decide? Because I know we had this whole discussion because of you had some setbacks and you've had other jobs for other people. So and Buddy ended up getting pushed back a bit because of that. How do you decide how to go with it? Because I feel like now it's a little more complicated.
Yeah, it's more complicated, but between Buddy and Friend and Sacrimony, I'm just kind of alternating. Because Sacrimony is my super time-consuming, high-stress comic where it's going to take me a while to do. And then Buddy and Friend is while I'm winding down from the Sacrimony Kickstarter, I can just kind of chill out and do some Buddy and Friend stuff. And I can knock out a Buddy and Friend book pretty quickly. So it's just, I get to breathe when I do that, and then I get back to high-stress Sacrimony stuff. And basically, I hate to say it, but at this point where it's if someone pays me to do something, I'll just stop what I'm doing and just do the paid job. Because me drawing other people's comics pays me more than me drawing my own comics, if that makes sense.
Oh, totally. Because I still go back to what you say, where you do this stuff you can't even afford to pay yourself.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you tuning in who don't know me, I do all of the art and the writing and the lettering and the Kickstarter running and the marketing and the shipping and all of that. And I don't sleep much. So yeah, anytime I can just chill out and do a project for someone else and get paid to do it, I'm there.
So tell them a little bit about what we got up here.
Yeah. So good segue. We've got The Misadventures of Buddy and Friend, issues 1 through 3, launching next week, actually.
Wow.
On September 16th. That crept up on me. So yeah, it's a fantasy comedy about these cute little characters kind of just beating each other up, trying to save the world from a demon invasion. And it feels a lot like a D&D campaign where everyone just rolls a 1 all the time.
I love the explanation, and
it explains itself.
As somebody who enjoys anything that happens after you roll a 1, which is sad, but I guess I've been a DM too long to really go, oh, as a player, I'm like, no.
Yeah, you know what? The when you roll a 1, it's more memorable than oh, remember when I rolled a natural 20 on that history check? No, I don't. But I will never forget my best friend rolling a 1 3 times in a row with Chromatic Orb and almost killing my character. So, But yeah, so it's if you love RPG video games, tabletop RPGs, Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, this is kind of up your alley. It's just all of that silly goodness in one spot. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite pages.
Dude, I just love this stuff. I've been waiting for this. I know you keep mentioning it. It's I know, Ralph, you've been patient.
You have been patient, and I appreciate you. Because you could just be messaging me when's the next Buddy and Friend? When is it? But you don't. And I appreciate that.
All right, Justin, let's go back up to the top of this. Tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
Justin Cooke. I write comics. I'm a lawyer. I lift weights sometimes. It's on Kickstarter right now. I'm also at Justin Cooke Real on Twitter, and Facebook, Threads, Justin Cooke 6161. There's not a lot of Justin Cooke, so probably find me there.
I gotta say, as somebody who loves Coke, as soon as I saw your name, I was like, ooh.
You gotta specify what kind of Coke, Ralph. Come on.
I was gonna say, Ralph,
this is the bad PR right here.
He likes both.
Well, remember, folks, Coke used to be made with Coke.
Yeah, it did, and it used to be green.
I think they still use coca leaves that have been, decaffeinated or decocated.
I got to show you guys this little video here because it's such a good commercial for the book. Hold on.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Dude, that is such a great commercial for your book.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I found some free footage from I think the national whatever some government organization, and I used it. So
It's a whole lot of nope.
Dude, yeah, like we should be watching the video in the green room, and I'm like, whoa.
I'm glad I was kind of late and didn't see that in the green room so that I could have this reaction.
All right, Sarah, your turn.
I am Sarah Cooke. I'm a comics writer. My sci-fi anthology, Faster Than Light, is live right now on Kickstarter. I'm really excited about this project because the creators I've gotten to work with are just so talented and all had just really different takes on the theme, which is really cool to see kind of the different directions that they took it and ran with it. It's live through Thursday, the 25th. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Sarah C Comics and on Substack, sarahlindsaycook.substack.com.
There you have it, folks. Go check her out. All the places she just said. And go get the book, man. What are you guys waiting for?
Yeah, seriously, you're getting like a bunch of different stories. Like it's not just the one.
I don't want to hear Ralph, I'm lazy, because I'm putting all those things right into the comment section. So no, Ralph, I'm lazy. Go check it out.
I couldn't find it.
Exactly. John, why I put the next one into the comment section? Go right ahead.
Yeah, so my name's Jon Dexter. You can find me at Real Alpha Dogs on X, at Alpha_Dogs_comic on Insta, and sometimes you can find me on Facebook. They kind of bury me, but yeah. So I got Dime Store Detective. It's got 6 days left. We're 90% funded. So yeah, check it out. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I do. Oh, I got the Space Cruising. You can check out. You can go to the Kickstarters. If you kick it, highlight my name, you can see the trailers for all the rest of my Kickstarters, Alpha Dogs as well. The trailers are really cool. The covers are awesome.
They are.
And yeah, I practice karate in my basement sometimes.
Cool.
Oh, you're a martial artist.
I was trying to outdo him with the weightlifting. Sorry.
I gotta say, you're a total 70s kid.
yeah, I'm just kidding.
Because I know all this stuff that you're interested in is me from the 70s.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's I've always loved. I love Ed Wood. I don't know if anybody knows who Ed Wood is, but I love the nostalgia of the old B movies, and I loved LA Confidential. So yeah, I get a big kick out of the the look, the aesthetics, that Lone Detective against City Hall. It's always been intriguing to me. So hopefully, it's intriguing to somebody else, and they'll pick up the comic book.
I gotta say, you had some great detectives in the 70s, and I think people forget that the 70s had its own version of pulp, of noir.
Yeah, definitely. Raymond Chandler, I'm a big fan of his. He did a lot of awesome, Bogart movies from the 40s. They're based on his books. In the 70s, I don't know if anybody knows who Elliot Gould is. He did started in a movie based on his book. I just love Raymond Chandler's. He writes the noir detective. That detective Private Eye gumshoe books that were really. I mean, you're not going to find a better writer, honestly, for like similes and metaphors than Raymond Chandler.
And that's what I loved about that stuff. It's the language. It's a whole thing. And in the 70s noir is such an interesting thing because it takes the noir from the 40s and it changes it and it puts it in a whole different place. And it gives it its own feel.
Yeah, it does, and I think that kind of came with the new branch of the Mavericks, I guess you could say that
Yeah.
came in. Plus, you had the foreign movies that got really popular in the
Hmm.
'70s.
Yep.
Because the '40s were huge, obviously, for those
Hmm.
detective movies, and then the '50s, and then of course '60s cinema kind of died for a while, and then it wasn't until like Spielberg came in and Scorsese and Lucas that kind of was a revitalization where it was, like you said, the detective putting a spin on it that was very contemporary. That was really cool, especially in kind of the '80s. I know so much, but yeah, the '70s definitely there was great movies, and then the '90s with LA Confidential, I thought really brought
Oh,
back
definitely. Yeah.
detective
You did a
genre.
great job with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Folks, it's been a lot of fun. Mr. Nathan, I see you've joined us.
Yes, sir. And I'm reading this wonderful book by our lovely M. Sorcier right here.
Oh, excellent.
It just came in.
You got your version already?
Yes.
Yay.
And I see my name is You Have My DM for this.
Yeah, because no, I'm not going to reach out and DM people. Like, the form was right there.
That's funny.
I just download all of the names to a spreadsheet and copy paste them. Like, I'm not putting in more effort than that.
All right.
We're sorry, Lou. Your name was not put in.
Oh no. So Paul, you have a special announcement.
Yes,
which
I
is why
do.
I
Thank
saved you for last because
Ah.
you are about to reveal who the next agent is, and we've been waiting for
Is
this.
it the dog?
No spoiler alerts. I'm sorry, man. No, I have to wait. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. I was about to show this off, but I can.
Oh
share
yeah,
it.
sure. I mean, that's the website, but that's a little background in case people don't know. Time Enforcers is a creation of mine that came out of COVID. Basically, I've rebuilt it as an interactive comic book with a role-playing game aspect behind it that you can learn history from. So it's really meant to be making history fun to learn for kids again. So that's how I looked at it, and really looking to push it that way. We have our first episode that is already been launched. It's available on the Mac and PC, and right now I'm scrambling to get it on the Apple App Store. Didn't realize how much memory management can be in terms of getting a game on the app, but I'm figuring that out. So once it's done, hopefully this week, I'll be submitting it to the App Store for approval. So I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be on the Android store as well, Google Play. It's all set to go. It's just a matter of, like Matta said, marketing. It's
The
just,
worst
it's
part,
incredible.
literally the worst part of anything is marketing.
Yeah, I mean, just creating content for the marketing alone is just another job unto itself. But that's okay. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
And so, a little background. Let me just flip my screen here. Give me 1 second.
I gotta say, we were talking in the green room about how difficult the code is. So
Yeah.
Even when it should work, it doesn't.
Tell me about it. So this is our intro to Time Enforcers. And then this is our contest. So this actually came out of a YouTube poll that we did, and come the Garden State Comic Fest last June, I thought it'd be great to have a contest over the course of the summer. So the idea was for my fans to come on to Time Enforcers, just help us decide who the next agent will be. And we had 3 groups to choose from. The first was Hatshepsut, who's the Queen Pharaoh of Egypt, which I thought was really cool. Did some research on her. She was really an amazing person in terms of a time when women didn't really come to power. So it was really cool background on her.
Is it true that she wore like a fake beard to look like a man, or was that just like a myth?
I haven't gotten that deep in the history yet. I'll let you know.
All right, I was
I
hoping
will
somebody
make that
answered
matter and let you know.
as far as I know, that's what the legends say.
But I will double check the facts on that and let you know. How about that? Is that good?
Excellent. I appreciate
All right,
that.
cool. You're welcome.
Doing the Lord's
I'll just
work
do that
here.
for you personally. I'll get that done by the end of this week. So the other group we have, the Knights Templar, so Richard Lionheart and Joan of Arc, who I've always been fascinated with in terms of history. And then the last one is Togo, the dog who ran the serum run in 1925 in Alaska. So it's just, these are the 3 groups of characters we have to choose from. And the nice thing about it was we were offering prizes. So we have a grand prize that's going to go out to 1 winner. We're going to offer a year subscription to our magazine. It's the digital magazine that's being produced. It goes in tandem with the game that is that we've currently launched. Talks about the backstories of some of the characters, as well as provides real life history of who these characters are based off of. So in the first issue, we talk about feudal Japan. So we go into some history about the samurai, which is really cool. I've always been fascinated with the samurai in terms of the Magnificent Seven. That's how I got into the whole Japanese aspect of it. We have a sheet of vinyl stickers that we're offering. We actually have an 18 by 24 poster that I designed and produced. It'll be signed. It'll come with a certificate of authenticity. Say that right, Paul? And then not one, but 2 baseball caps. We got one with the hourglass and the atomic clock. And then a Time Enforcers t-shirt, which I love. So that'll be the grand prize. Oh, I also forgot, we're going to offer a color print of the winning character. So you'll find out who that is in a minute.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool
I gotta
package.
say, folks, it's worth it just for the hat alone.
I love
have
me some
one,
hats.
and that hat is really nice.
You
And-
have the hourglass one, right?
exactly.
Yeah, I saw a photo of you wearing it. I was like, wow, where did he get that hat?
Yeah, I got them. I'll send you one, Matta, if you give me your address.
Yeah, I got your email, and then I was like, I'll get back to it, and then I get like mailing lists from everybody, and then I just I don't know what happened, and then
Then she started shipping things out herself.
I do try to follow through, so please give me a chance, and I'll try to follow through on you. But just not ending there, we do have 3 runner-up prizes. So again, we have the subscription to the magazine, vinyl stickers, and a T-shirt. So I'm trying to give out as much stuff as possible. And the other thing was, everyone entered got a free set of digital wallpapers. So everyone's a winner in my book. When it comes to a contest, you want to take time to enter it. I want to make sure I can give you something for your time to do so. So with that being said, before we announce our contest winners, I just wanted to let you know there are only 2 votes that separated the first and second place winner of the Time Enforcers Next Agent contest. So with that, drum roll, please. And the winner of the Time Enforcers Next Agent contest is...
I'm so happy.
So I'm really excited about Togo. Togo is going to be donning a headpiece so he can talk to people. And I'm personally going to record my dog's voice, Suki, and he'll be part of the voiceover. She'll be part of the voiceover for the game too. So it's kind of cool.
That's cute.
Amazing.
So,
And
Paul,
Yeah.
I know you're using Togo, and I know everybody out there is probably going, wait a minute, that's not the dog. Can you say a little bit about that?
Togo itself? Yeah, I mean,
the idea that there's a lot of people out there going, no, that's the wrong dog. It's the other dog with the other name.
Balto?
Oh, you mean Balto? No,
Yeah.
Balto's not the dog. Balto took Togo's place. I mean, I got that. To be honest with you, I got it from the Disney movie. I loved it so much, and it just so happened I like huskies, so it just was great. Anyway, Balto is he took all of Togo's fame away, and it wasn't until I think 15, 20 years ago, they finally resurrected Togo and really gave him the credit where credit was due. Because he
imagine even in the dog world, stealing someone else's credit, that's brutal. That's savage.
I only pointed it out because I know that when it comes to history, and we all know this, sometimes facts get turned around and twisted, and and I feel like one of the reasons your game is so important is because there's all this stuff out there about history, and we need to know our history because
Bro, I'm so mad about Balto right now. I can't get over that.
Exactly.
So mad. I'm gonna
repeat it.
Mad about this. No, he got his own movie and everything. I can't
exactly.
Yeah, it's just like a cartoon series. Remember that one? That was going all back to was it Dirk Blake? Was that his name? I can't remember the guy who did all the animations back then. But yeah, it's really cool.
Statue in Central Park.
Yeah.
Poor Togo.
You tell
go to the Balto statue and point at it, be like, "You're a fraud," and then I'll probably get arrested or something. I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna go do that now. I'm gonna go find Balto and be like, "This is the dog."
I don't blame the dog at all, so it's not the dog's fault, really.
We don't know that. We don't know what that dog was planning.
Dog is a mastermind. I tell you.
Yep. That's where. Oh yeah, it's a dog eat dog world.
I was waiting for that one.
Thank you. At least I didn't say it.
One of us had to. It was all in everyone's head.
Mr. Nathan, are we forgetting anything?
Yeah, I have one more thing to do, if that's okay.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
Yep, I got over 150 people that entered into the contest, which was really cool.
Okay.
And
I didn't
just
know
to
you were
let you
pulling it
know,
out. All right, hold on.
Because everyone knows that if you fold a piece of paper before you put it in the raffle, you get a better chance of winning. So I folded all the papers so everyone has the same chance. Okay? So I've shook it up before. I'm going to continue to shake it up. And just to make sure that everyone gets a chance at the grand prize, that'll be the first prize to go. So I'm closing my eyes. Eyes are closed. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm pulling it out. And so I'm not going to announce last names, but I'll give you the first name. And it's Kaylee M. So Kaylee, I will go ahead and send you an email that you won the grand prize. So congratulations.
Kaylee,
and then I got 3 more to do. That's okay, Rob. Closing the eyes again. I'm not looking. I promise. That's how official this is. All right.
I mean, even if you were looking, they're all folded. What could you see?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then our first runner-up is going to be Kirsten V. So I'll go ahead and send the notice out to Kirsten. Shake it up again. This is so much fun. I can't tell you guys how much fun I'm having right now.
I love the box.
Yeah, it's a good box, too.
Yeah.
The next one is Catherine K. Okay,
all K names.
Yeah, K's and all women so far. I don't know. I promise. I put the guys in here, too. So.
I don't know.
Right.
My name hasn't been pulled.
Well, believe it or not, I got another lady who won. So we have Linda B. who got our last runner-up. So those are the 4 winners. So really appreciate everyone who took time to enter this contest. It really meant a lot to me. Thank you.
All right, ladies, you heard him. And he'll be reaching out to all of you to tell you you won.
Exactly. So you got to reply to my email. Just I'll send emails to other people. I don't hear back from them, so it's okay.
I feel called out.
All right, Mr. Nathan, what are we forgetting?
I believe you have everyone that I had on the list for a long time. I think Pat Shand has finally launched a book, but aside from that, that's it.
Because Pat Shand's always launching a book.
No, he should have been on break from what I remember.
Well.
Yeah, but Pat, he's always busy.
Yeah, and hell surprisingly didn't freeze over when he took a break. So
that's true. That's really true. Yeah, and Omnivore, their
been done.
Kickstarter ended recently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still go check out the Omnivore Kickstarter, and I think you can still order from the Kickstarter.
Yes, that is the new way on how Kickstarter allows you to do things.
Oh, have we booked Patrick Coyle on the show? He's launching Bixby Grant next week, the Mummy Detective.
Well, I talked to him and said he should be back on the show, but I don't think he told me when.
God damn it. All right, let me find his link. He hasn't launched yet, but where is he? I have to search through like an entire.
His book fits right in with everything.
Yeah, why is it so hard for me to find this now?
Oh, Jane America?
No. It's Bibsy. I can't even talk.
Bixby Grant.
There you go.
Jane America? Jane America?
Oh, well, Jane America is still alive also, right? Yeah.
Oh, Jane America
it has a full week.
Okay.
Is this the right one? I hope
That's
it's the right.
Bixby.
Yeah. Oh, he's had 99 followers too. Like somebody just follow him and give him that 100th follower.
Exactly. Wait, I need to add it. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Go ahead, Matta, while I do this thing over here.
Oh, yeah. So our pal Patrick Coyle is doing issue 2 of Bixby Grant, Fangs and Brimstone. It's a detective comic that doesn't take itself too seriously. As you can see, the detective is a mummy, and his sidekick his sidekick is a cheerful, like rockabilly vampire, and it's like, it's a fun time.
I gotta say, I love the book when he brought it in, and again, it's one of these books that fits right up my alley. I love detectives, and
yeah, because it's like
detective.
You're getting a detective, but you're also getting like a mummy detective with a vampire sidekick, and like, what else could you ask for, really?
Just fantastic, folks. Go check it out. And American Jane, of course, from our friend Jason Douglas. There you go. He's still out there, so go check out his book. I think he's doing really well.
He's killing it. He probably cracked like 300, right? Did he crack 300?
220 according to percentage.
Nice.
Oh, well, I meant backers.
Yeah, backers, yeah.
Because I think last time I saw him, he was at like 285 or something.
Ooh. Let's find
Or
out.
I could be hallucinating. Don't.
Let's find out. Let's go to the videotape.
Yeah, do that because don't rely on my memory.
I don't rely on my memory.
My memory is like a block of Swiss cheese.
There we
You
go.
like
Jane
Swiss
American.
My memory is like Swiss cheese. I'm not a fan of it.
Would you like to know that the holes in Swiss cheese aren't actually natural?
How
Those
dare?
are
Oh wait, why did I
machine-made.
think he was at 200
Oh, that's
something?
because he's 285% funded.
Yeah, that's my numbers. This is why I don't trust my memory. Like,
He's
just question everything I say all the
287%.
time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
if I say
that's
my
good.
name is Matta, just question that too.
That is a good funding. 287%, folks. Look at that. This book is doing gangbusters, and if you like your 40s and 50s type of stuff, Jane American is right up your alley. So go check it out.
And that is it. I made it to the end. That's the only other person we know.
I feel like we're forgetting something, but hey, we got.
Oh, is the Indie Comics Expo thing still going on with John Westhoff?
Nice. That's right. It's coming soon, right?
It is. Has he ended? He's got 3 days to go, guys. Let's do this. Here's the link.
What is this comic expo?
Oh, well, he is setting up an Indie Comics Expo for small indie creators in Chicago, I believe. Yes, Chicago. And I had to double check that. I was like, what's the seat? Nah. It's like, where does he live again? So yeah, it's he's setting up.
Live again.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep track of people.
I agree. I completely agree.
So it's a small indie creators comic expo that's also in sort of like a concert venue. So you're also getting like indie comic creators who do music playing music there as well. It's gonna be really cool. He's got 3 days left. Like, you can pre-order tickets, or you can just like donate to the cause and help him set up this like cool con idea, and you'll get some comics in return. Like, the creators, the indie comics people have like donated some of their comics for you to get.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you can get his Drumsticks of Doom also, which is great. I think Dan Doherty, who drew Drumsticks of Doom, is also a rock musician, so he's going to be like performing there. It's gonna be cool. It's nice that he's trying to start a comics convention that's for like smaller creators and not so like celebrity focused, because everything is just like, oh, move out of the way. I'm here for the celebrity signing. I don't care about you. I spent $100 on a photo op. I have no money for your comic. So yeah, it's cool that he's doing that. I think more of these small indie creator cons need to exist to like just give the smaller voices some more amplification.
Folks, it's always great to support the indies, and now you got a whole con you can do to support the indies. So go do that. Support the indies.
Yeah, I mean he's so close to funding too. He's so close. 3 days
right
left.
There. And if you guys are in Chicago, go check it out.
Yeah.
I think that is everything, folks. Justin, Sarah, John, Paul, it is great to have you guys on. You guys can come on anytime. I love the geek out today and all the business talk.
Oh man, always business talk with us. Serious business talk. Still mad about Balto though.
Oh my God, folks, this isn't the written read. So on this show, when it ends, we do this.
To be on Wednesdays at 10:30. Oh wait, this is Monday. Oh, Monday at 7:30? I guess we're gonna do this again next week.